I'm hoping that we live right now. I think we live. Um, yeah. So, what's good, party people? This is your friendly neighbor, Chad the Maverick, with his spontaneous live for no reason. Um, today's wild. I feel today's been like so much different. It's a different type of energy. It's a different type of vibe. Everything I've been feeling today has been coming from like this type of feeling. Obviously, Leo be related to the heart. I don't know if I should be waiting for people to like pull up, if people are gonna pull up. But either way, if you want to sign in, say what's up. There's a chat. What's up, Ladybugs? How you doing? Awesome. That was perfect timing. But yeah. So right now we have this new moon about to go into Leo, and we have the sun there, the moon there, and Venus is also there. So earlier today I pulled the strength card as well. My first pull in the morning. And what I've really just been seeing and how it's been shown is that like right now we're heading into this time where we're starting to fuse like actually having raw confidence and being humble in this really interesting manner. I think it's one of those things where when cancer season especially was going on, we were so inclined and we went back into our shells way more just to process everything that was going down because cancer season is essentially representative of the ocean, and the ocean itself has so much depth to it that we haven't even been able to fully explore it. um, it's just one of those interesting things where all of that energy that was on top of us and over us all had to do with like the ocean, all had to do with this heavy emotional baggage that we've been carrying. But it's been a very long time. I'm not sure exactly when that began, that original shift. But what I can say is that these eclipses really went back to spark off our north nodes and with the power of our south nodes. I don't know about any of you all, but what I think it was essentially trying to do is kind of remind us of our past selves, remind us of our initial power that we came into this world with. There's this thing in this theory. I'm gonna break it down more deeper as we go along. Wait for more people to come in if that's the case. But one of the things that happened when I lost my train of thought. I'm so terrible. Oh no. Anyway, one of the things that happens where we forget what we originally are because of the illusion of everything outside of us. We're prompted to follow under these specific protocols, specific rules. And yes, these rules are very important and you should abide by the ones that are very critical to living a good life. But we start to fall into status quo as well. And when we fall into status quo, we start to forget our individuality as people because we're now trying to fit within the wherewithal of the thoughts and the notions of everyone else and what everyone else has expecting what everyone's expecting from us. Even if you talk to people from like an older generation, they usually don't necessarily understand us directly because the only thing that they have a reference point to is when they were our age. So I have conversations like, oh, when I was your age, I was blank blank and I was off with my fiance and we were getting a house and we were thinking about a kid and thinking about dogs and thinking about all of this. And it's like we live in a different world and a different time. Like this is the age of Aquarius. We just finished the age of Pisces up. They were still here at the very ending stages of the age of Pisces. So, hey people, sub Nebula Club, sub Joe, how's it going? Thanks for pulling through. Facts, I've been feeling that too. Yo, I'm telling you, it's the vibe. It's like this sense of passion is really pulling through for a lot of people, and a lot of people associate Leo specifically with like quote unquote ego or quote unquote whatever. I don't like getting into ego as far as like how people use it on colloquial terms. But what I will say is that when it comes to the general passion, is that ego is more so an identification of self. In this time frame of this new moon is actually showing you the death of ego. And by that I mean the death of ego that we are trying to place ourselves out, right? So for example, my name's Chad. That's my name. That's the name I was born with. That's the name that was given to me. Chad means heart in African. It's the center of Africa. It also means warrior. It's a great name, you know. It's suiting. It's suitable, you know. It works. But you know, I guess the name that was from me that I ended up coming to was Maverick, and I want to break that down as like a concept almost because Maverick is me. And Maverick is me when I'm at my fullest. So right now it's like Maverick, right? Chad is who I've always had to be. It's always who I've had to portray as the outside. Maverick is who I am. You get I don't know if that's reaching anybody, but it's just one of those things. It's even in between. So for example, let's think of it like this. Beyonce. Everyone loves Beyonce. Girls love Beyonce. Men love Beyonce. Boys love Beyonce. Women love Beyonce. Everybody loves Beyonce. But what I am saying about Beyonce is that she has the Beyonce and the Sasha Fierce. And it's funny because it's like, yes, she is Beyonce and we know her for that, but that Sasha Fierce rawness, for her specifically, that's really who she kind of is. She has a lot of that like Lilith-esque, passionate, um, powerful Moon and Scorpio as well. That powerful energy to push forward and really make transformation when it comes to things. Maverick is your fire placements. Yo, that's a really good honestly, Ladybugs, that's a really great interpretation of that. That makes a lot of sense. Cause I've as Chad, whatever, I have a lot of earth as well. I have a lot of earth placements, a lot of Capricorn. That's more of that. Like I'm very my Capricorn placements are very like, hello, my name's Chad. How's it going? But like Maverick is like my pure fire. So that's a great observation. Thank you so much. I never thought of it that way. No, sorry for getting distracted. But anyway, let me actually shift gears now because now I've been rambling. Whoever's here to show up in the first 10 or so minutes is now here. So what's up to y'all? Say what's up in the live chat if you're here. Leave a like button if you like it. Leave a like button if you don't. And if you don't, tell me why you don't like it. And then like it anyway. We'll have a good time, you know? I love Leo season so far. Leo season is fun. Anyway, but on to the actual thing. Right now we're in this stage, according to this the Gene Key book that I use in conjunction with the astro and the random messages that occur, is this the final revelation. I'm going to read part of it. So true mindfulness occurs when you become aware that something else is beginning to look through your eyes. Think through your mind and live through your actions. This something else is a larger reality, remembering itself through you. So we're all a part of reality. And these parts of us, these legendary parts of us, these things that we see as our highest ideals, the things that we resonate with at the highest part, is a facet of us. Things that we idolize and the things that we really draw attention to and we love and we're like, oh, I feel this from you. These are aspects of our higher, I don't want to say higher selves, but it's an aspect what we truly desire that is placing itself with us and we're also connecting to it. And this is what this new moon is showing. This new moon is bringing ego as a person. It's about who you actually are as a soul and as a spirit. Because when you actually are who you are as a soul and a spirit, that higher facet ego, that higher consciousness version of you, that higher self version of you comes out because you're not trying to be outward with personification of yourself. You're just being yourself. And when you start being yourself and going inward and feeling your heart, because Leo season is all about the heart. And this new one is trying to open up everyone's heart. Like feel it. Like if you're scared to do something, just do it. Like I've been taking a couple of chances today just to take some chances just because I'm like, yo, like, what is my heart telling me to let's just go ahead and do? I think we get a lot of the ego is more so the way that we set it up in colloquial terms. The ego is the mind and how it works in its features. But sometimes you have to like shut the mind up, just to be straight up, like just shut it up because you need to be able to like push forward and just give that real peace and that real raw part of yourself, right? So let's get into the real stuff, right? Now we're about to get a little heavy. Shout out to everybody here. Uh, so this is the second new moon of this season, this time frame. And the thing about it is that when it comes to the new moon having coming again is because it's like this huge culmination. So this is the new moon after the eclipse. And as a matter of fact, let me bring you to something super cool. So I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and they're from Cyprus. It's an island near Greece. They're a part of the Greek civilization and culture. And what she was telling me is that in ancient Greece and ancient civilization culture, there was what was it? There was so the year used to begin at Leo season with the Lion's Gate, with all of that, it would happen and the stars would align a certain way with Sirius, and then the sun would essentially beam down, or the whatever placement it is, it would beam down a certain amount of energy. And during that time frame, there's this little specific part of the water where it's like it's usually salt water, but when this alignment happens and they drink the water, there's no salt in it. And that's like a clear indication of how the skies and how the planets really do have a direct interpretation of the ground itself. Because if that's happening to like water, things really do have a real indication of everything. I hope the connection keeps acting up a tad bit, but I'm still going to speak my piece throughout this whole thing because this was super impromptu. And I'm honestly just waiting for the Peace Dealers video on the new moon too. So after this, I say check it out. The Peace Dealer's having his new moon thing. So pull up. Anyway, back to the things I was talking about. Now we're gonna get real deep into it. 13 minutes in. Let's get it. We come into this world not remembering who we are. But the reason why we don't remember who we are is because of this coin term called the Maya. And the Maya is essentially the illusion of this experience and the illusion that comes across and comes with everything that we live out on a day-to-day basis. The thing about this, right, is that who we are starts to become more prevalent to us as time goes. But we always come in knowing exactly who and what we are and how we're trying to actually live our lives. These certain specific memories ring true because every person, just about, unless you're a super new soul, but every person pretty much on this earth that's been here before, that's been here, that is here, has been here prior. And we kind of honestly continuously carry out and we cycle and we do things. But in time, if you want to get super deep, and I'm not trying to go too wild because I'm a Sagittarius and we can get into it, but time itself isn't even linear. So you're still living your past, you're still living your future in this very exact moment, which is why it's always so critical for you to feel within the soul and not within the ego and the external, because on the inside, you're going to be able to be working on all these things at the same time. Simultaneously, not important. But what I am going to get into is that, my fault, y'all. But what I am going to get into, though, is that, oh yeah, we get literally caught into the wheel of our own making. Like we've made this, we've made our lives. We're always continuously manifesting things. What's good, Empress Daisy? You're here to watch me ramble about the new moon, so let's get it. So what I'm saying is that when you really do find a desire to remember yourself, there's these things called sanskras, which is a Vedic term. But the Vedic term is that they're pretty much memories that are carried throughout all of our lifetimes. So the memories that we carry throughout every single incarnation, every single shape that we take, every single form that we make, they're charged up in like this little kinetic energy. And it's I can't explain this to you on a physical level. This is all some, you know, I can't explain it properly in its entirety, but I want to explain the concept because these concepts are karmic, these things, these Sanskrits are karmic wormholes that essentially live on or within or whatever the way you put it, but it's what pushes you from certain people after like karmic experience, and it also brings in people through karmic experience. And what this is that these are the people that you attract and you speak to, communicate with, to that leave you with either a lesson, a blessing, or anything in between like that. Like I know for a fact you can name 5 people that have impacted your life, whether you speak to them still or not. And the reason why you can name those 5 people is because you have those connections that you've made with them. Is that a lucky charm on your neck? Low key, kinda. It wasn't meant to be, but it's a silver necklace. I was This was given to me by one of my aunts. Um, It didn't mean anything, but I like it because it reminds me of a turtle shell and a shield at the same time. Kind of like if Goofy from Kingdom Hearts had a shield. This is kind of what it reminds me of, and it's kind of near my heart. It doesn't mean anything in that terminology, no, but is it a lucky charm? Sure, because, why not? Back to the topic. So, good question, though. Thank you. Um, so, what I am going to say is that, like I said, these Sanskrits push and pull people away and push people and pull people to you that matter at that time or that needs to give you a progression within your story or a progression within the general overhaul of what you want to accomplish, right? And the thing about this is that we continuously live all of these times and experiences until we actually find and work within those relationships and unwind this large cosmic wound that we may have with either them or just around their situation or around the events that this person may have had with us. And we continuously do this because we're on this search to kind of find this sense of like redemption because we've lived the same story thousands of times. We're trying to redeem this sense of breaking away from the illusion. And the best way to break away from the illusion is actually being mindful of the fact that you're in one, that you're a part of this world, a part of this earth. Being a part of this earth is also being a part of the Maya if you are within the wherewithal of a society that is being run. Taking a water break. Drink your water. Cool. Uh, anyway, so now we're going to move on to the next part. And this next part of this new moon, this is all a part of the new moon, by the way. I know it sounds like a rainbow, but this is literally all coming through with this new moon. So every time I like stop, I'm gonna remind you that it's about this new second black moon, and the reason why this is so potent and happening is because it's the second new moon of the season. And not to say I know everything about a new moon, but I'm a new moon kid myself. Like I was born on a new moon, like a new moon, because 18, 19 degrees new moon. So I like new moons a lot. But because it's a newness, it's a next phase before we go into the rest of the season, into the rest of the time frame. But regardless of the point, what I want to talk about is the mindfulness. So the Buddha in a lot of not the Buddha, but Buddhas in Buddhism, they always talk about mindfulness and finding this inner mindfulness and being able to kind of separate yourself from your scenarios, your situations, to see yourself objectively. That's something that's huge when it comes to Buddhism and stuff like that. So the thing about it is that actually being in these mindfulness and being in this like this purity and this refinement of you trying to be mindful from your general constant urges, your human urges that only come through from our personal human experience. Like, when's the last time you seen an animal play a video game? Like, for like seriously play a video game on its own, press the power, not just have it in his hand, like play the game. Probably haven't, because that's part of our life. It's part of our illusion as people, as humans, or whatever you refer to yourself as. I don't know what you do, but but what I will say is that this mindfulness kind of brings us back into our true nature, and when we go back into our true nature, we go into our DNA, and our DNA starts to repair itself. Our DNA starts to shape itself in order for us to actually purify and draw in our desires at a higher level, at a higher frequency, at a faster pace. So that's something that's really interesting. So being mindful and taking yourself away from the general illusion of you having to like do something a specific set way, but taking yourself out of the illusion of you having to live under a specific expectation of someone else. If it doesn't resonate with your heart, it doesn't matter. Like, if it doesn't resonate with your heart, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't continuously come back to you on some like real, this is meant to work, this is meant to actually be something that we can work with and create something awesome in the future, or doesn't. That's just my opinion, though. I'm also an Aries rising, so like sometimes I say things that sound harsh, but that's okay. We're all in this together, guys, or girls, and everyone who else is here, watches this. I'm gonna stop talking. Just saw 2222. It's lit. We're gonna continue this, but cool. So let's go to the next fashion of this, and this is the last. This is the highest function that this new moon can essentially bring, and this is the part that I had a conversation with someone the other day, and I was mentioning to them how everything that has happened within mythology, everything that has happened within all of these grand stories, everything that's happened within these parables that have been passed down years and years in culture and culture, just throughout the entirety of being like on this earth to begin with. What's up, Rochelle? How's it going? All of those things together are embedded into our genetic code. The reason why it works is because we're all kind of like connected to we're all kind of connected like to these stories. That's why we're drawn to these stories. That's why we're drawn to specific Marvel movies. A Marvel movie is just a modern day mythology, so to speak. Once it's created, it becomes real because it was made to be a thing. Like the Disney, all of these things, these are living things. These are living like concepts that we keep speaking in. We have we our energies pretty much interact in order to make it a real thing. You read what I'm saying? Like, it's real to us. Like, Spider-Man's real to, on a concept level. I hope it doesn't get too loud. Let me know, because there's this weird background noise thing. So just let me know if there's an issue. I'll move closer to the mic. But what I want to break into is that we have these patterns that live through us, through these myths, through these stories, and that's why it's important for everyone to like know their asteroids, to know their specific planets and what stories may play out from their fixed stars. Like, all of these stories and parables and things like that with the information is super important. Speaking of, just to plug myself in, because I gotta plug myself in. I still have my readings available. I have readings as low as $35 right now on my website. If you hit the link, the natal chart link, as low as $35, and that's my actual like reading. So pull up, or one of them, I forgot, but just let me know. Hit that up if you are interested. because I have a decent amount of time within the next week or two that I can get some stuff like that done. So just wanted to let y'all know before I finish the rest of this, because I really do forget to like tell people I like run readings. So yeah, thank y'all. Everyone who's ever got a reading from me, Rochelle, you've gotten one from me. Empress Daisy, you've gotten one from me before. Shouts out to y'all, and like they were lit. So good luck. Anyway, on to the next part before I keep rambling. But thank you. But the reason why I'm saying like all these mythologies and stuff like that are are so important is because, for example, I'm connected with Pallas Athena because Pallas Athena is on my sun and my moon. Me understanding and starting to learn Pallas Athena, I start to understand where I'm like, oh, so maybe that's why I'm so analytical on this certain scale, or like, oh, maybe this is why I was so interested in astrology, or like, oh, maybe this is why I notice patterns a certain way. Oh, maybe this is why. Like the amount of things that have become clear to me and just learning about that one aspect that I was connected with has changed my life monumentally. And it's always like the smallest thing. But me just even understanding the like concept of the mythology behind Athena made me understand where it's like, oh, I truly do have a desire for wisdom. I truly am a warrior in a lot of senses. I truly am this person who's supposed to spread knowledge, but also be ready and at the forefront and willing to discuss tactics and willing to speak on certain certain topics so we can reach a better conclusion. That's why I have a certain inclination towards justice in like a divine sense. Like, how are we going to make sure people are getting everything that they need? You know, just that alone. This one aspect of my chart, in my personal chart. So think about how many aspects you have in yours. Even if I just found one, or even if you just found one. And these are these mythologies that live through us, like in our DNA. It's in our DNA and it's connected to like the stars. And I always think to myself, is like, they always talk about how there's a bunch of stars in space. Those are junk stars. They don't do anything. And then it's like, oh, in your DNA, that's just junk DNA. These things don't actually work. But it's like, yes, they do. Because these are the gels and these are the in-betweens that even connect everything else. But these things are important. These things are really embedded into us, all the time. There are 12 archetypes in this whole world, and that's literally just represented in the zodiac wheel itself. Anything within anything within this 360, this rotation, as Dolo would say, is literally like there's 12 things. Well, identity, there's value, speaking, privacy, your presentation, your lifestyle and routine, your romance and your relations to other people, the actual secrets and the dark depths of humanity, wisdom, learning, new adventures. The 10th house would be your presentation, your professional level, the connection to your higher self and your highest facets in order for you to do things like being able to network after you all have reached your higher self point, which is Aquarius, and which is like the highest way that you can communicate with others. And then Pisces, when you realize that after the communications that you guys are all connected together, and that's the 12th house in the ethereal. Like, you can archetypalize anything within those things, and everyone represents something within that. And what this new moon is doing is exposing that for you. This new moon is like getting you into this state and into this frame where you're going to be actually living through your heart and living through your passion. And I can even admit on my end, I despite how successful I may be, and despite how hard I've worked on certain things, like even like music and stuff, I still have had a hard time promoting it and getting out there and sharing it with my heart. I have a hard time with it. And I can admit that, like I really do. I have a hard time with coming up to someone directly and being like, yes, I'm an artist. Yes, I do this full time. And I'm also an astrologer. It's a difficult thing to do, but it's something that this new moon is really starting to like set up, and this is something that's being set off to launch as well, because we can pretend to not know who we are, and we can pretend to not feel what we feel, but we feel what we feel for a reason. We feel what we feel for a reason. We aren't our feelings, but we're supposed to process these things for a reason and a specific purpose. Like, we're really in this shit, period. Like, we're fucking in this. Like, I really don't try to swear on my channel, but like, on the real, like, that's where we at. Like, that's where we at. Say what's up. It's the Lionsgate right now if you want to get into that. There's a Lionsgate, black moon. Literally, there's something that's twice the size of the sun is having an impact on our planet right now. You think that we're not going to be falling into like our real passion and our real fire? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all. We're getting upgraded. Our DNAs are getting upgraded. Our mindsets are getting upgraded, and we're actually losing our sense of trying to like force ourselves to have a certain ego and a certain presentation. Because what we really are at the end of the day is our hearts, and we experience our mind. That heart's that feeling. That's what we are, but we like experience our mind, and that's why the mind is so rational. Because you need to, but in order to really make things happen and make things work, you have to combine the powers of both. And then, like, you get what I'm saying? But yeah, my fault. I think I lost a couple people in the chat when I started getting a little hype. But you know, fire sign problems. You feel me? Uh, but yeah, so as far as this new moon, and hey, what's up, the Woo? How's it going? How you living? The Woo's from the Woe, W-O, not the Woo. I'm sorry. I went to school in a place that was called the Woo, so I said the Woo. My bad. But shouts out to you. I know you for a fact, or you are from Twitter, if I'm not mistaken, or you met me through the Astro Twitter. Either way, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm rambling at this point. I've gotten all the moon things I wanted to get out the way. So yeah. While we're here, because that was my rant. My rant's pretty much over at this point. I had to go off real quick. Yeah, my rant's over. I had to. That's why I had to just do the video live at the time, because I'm like, I'm in this right now. I gotta spit the facts, but I'm gonna keep this running for like 10 more minutes. So I don't know if anyone has any questions about this black moon coming through for anyone in the chat, or if there's anything like that all. So I'm gonna take another water break, then I'm gonna look back at the chat and see if there's something there for that. Cool. Please hold. I'm really such a dork, my fault. Like, it's cold as hell. Ugh. Anyway, so as I did, your Empress element in your magician mode. Talk to him. Word. The new moon to bring to true selves. Yes. Yes, I will. High on possible. It's funny how you vibe. It's fun how you vibe. I'm just really odd. And that's okay. I think this life got better when I stopped trying to take myself so serious. Like, I'm definitely now capable of like doing stuff, but when I stopped taking myself so serious, as like far as me as like a YouTuber or something, this is me. Like, there's no, this is me on my lonesome. This is just how it goes. Got so much fire on my chart. It's crazy. High quantum shifts. How's it going? Yeah, cool. Yes, I'm from Twitter, and I feel the fire from you, and I can definitely relate. Do you feel me though? You feel me though? Shout out to anyone that's like peeped me through Twitter though, because I didn't know how to feel, because I came from a background of like studying astrology since I was like 13. to go into like Astro Twitter, so I didn't know like what to really expect because I knew on one hand that on one side there'd be people that are like, I know this, look at this book, I read this, this is what this says, and like just going off. Fire side again, my fault. But I know on the other side there'd be like really, really dope people that are really about it and really trying to like live a great life off of what they were given. And those people that I'm really happy I've been coming into contact with. So shout out to you for even being from there. But that's just a quick thing because I was like, yo, let me like try to connect with different people that I would have never had beforehand. But yeah, that's what's up. Thank y'all for being here. I don't know what else to say, so I'm just gonna play a song in a second. I'm gonna get my phone. I'm gonna play some random beat I feel like playing, and then I'm probably just gonna go. Cause now this is awkward. It's not awkward at all, but that's it. So. Hey, but yeah, I'm really excited for this new moon though. Yo, my fault. I'm so sorry. Like, when I tell you this is really just like how I would be, I kind of forget. Like I feel like y'all just here, like just in the chat. Like I feel like y'all just there, but I also forget that like y'all are watching me. Like I feel like it's just like a one-way face call or something. Anyway, before I even find the song, I'm gonna pull a card real quick, just cause I'm excited for the new moon. Me too. Oh, I forgot. Tweaking. This is why I should start writing things down. The new moon tonight is going to legitimately be at 11:11. The new moon phase truly starts at 11:11. I don't know how I missed that. Like I just didn't even peep. I don't know why. But yeah, gonna pull something from my writer's tarot deck. It's the only deck I actually have. Fun facts. Prime time. Flex. Ooh. Okay. That wasn't it. That wasn't supposed to be, but I almost dropped it. I haven't 11 Aquarius. That's what's up. What's time zone? Oh, Eastern Standard Time. It's supposed to be at 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. So New York time, pretty much. Haha, I haven't been able to see you this whole time. I keep seeing a moon face. Oh no, is that going on right now? Oh no. Well, screw it. We're still doing it. I have the Hierophant, and on the bottom of the deck, I have. It's not gonna do the Ace of Wands. So pretty much what I'm getting from this. Hey, Quantum Shifts can see me. Hopefully you all can see me, but if not, I apologize. It's not much to see anyway. Anyway, but the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands are the two cards I'm getting right now. And the King of Swords. So yeah, my weird makeshift way. I got the Hierophant, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Swords. So to just break that down as I find a song, because that's what I was doing before anyway, is Yay for Imagination. Facts. Yeah, imagination. So yeah, action and opportunity. I'm going to play this. I'm still going to explain the other stuff in the process. Do y'all still hear me in between? Is the music too loud? Is the music not loud enough? No? All right, whatever. So the Hierophant is all good. That's what I like to hear. So the Hierophant is pretty much representing and showing that there is a new establishment. And it kind of goes back to my original, like the original thing I was talking about when it came to how we're now in this position where we have to like accept and really bring in our higher facets and our higher portions. And the thing about it is that the Hierophant knows where it's supposed to be at in order for it to receive the highest good and the highest divine faction that it can. And with the Ace of Wands, I think the Ace of Wands is the activation that's going to be happening of this 11/11 full moon. You're literally going to be able to make anything possible that you can. So what are you going to make possible? And it's only going to properly align with you if your heart's aligned with it in the process. So that's really important as well. So we have the Hierophant, we have the Ace of Wands, and now we're going into the King of Swords when this smooth breakdown happens within the music itself. This is made by me. I'm not releasing it yet, but I just felt like playing this because it's one of my favorites. But anyway, so the King of Swords is representing getting closer with what we really actually want to be clear, cut, and concise at, what we really want to chop through. We're chopping through all forms of illusions. We're chopping through everything that comes along with any potential negativity. We're like just chopping through it all. So that's what I'm picking up from that card wise. Yeah. I just looked at the clock, said 41:41. So I'm just gonna let the song play out. Then I'm gonna end the live stream. But thank y'all for showing up. I appreciate you pulling through. It's been a good random 40 minutes. And yeah. Shouts out, like I said, shouts out to everyone that pulled through. The Peace Dealer has his live that's going on in like half an hour or so. But this is my interpretation of the situation. I'm Chad the Maverick. That's all I have to say. Happy new moon. I'm about to leave and I'm peaced out. Anyway, yeah. So bye, y'all. I appreciate you pulling through so I can share my time properly. That's what I'm appreciative for. Anyway.